Healing your inner child is an overrated notion to me. Aren't adults just as capable of enjoying superficial things? All I want is to live an unexamined life, distracting myself with cheerful, simple things. Frankly, I'm quite an abrasive person and I prefer being around screens more than people. But even technology finds a way to get on my nerves sometimes. But that's also why I don't have much life experience and spend my days dressing up an alpaca. I can't complain though, it's pretty fun. And now I'm finding new ways of fulfillment that I don't even have to go outside for. Isn't that enough? I think so. Yes, hello and welcome back to my room. It's been about 6 months since I last filmed my previous homebody vlog, and although it is true that a lot has changed since then, my daily life has yet to be impacted. I don't know if you can tell, but it is 8 p.m, but for legal reasons I cannot entitle this video Spend the Night With Me. Ever since I picked up Pop Teen and Gothic and Lolita Bible, I was really fascinated by the aesthetic of 2000s magazines, so I picked up this copy of Men's Egg Youth on a whim after seeing it all over my Pinterest. Let me make my way back to my desk. It's a bit much for 2024, but I always found the Gyario style very kitsch. I can't even get into it though, since the vintage outfits are still too small for me. Anyways, Men's Egg Youth in my eyes is sort of like an emblematic piece of media for Gyario fashion. When you see delinquent boys in 2000s anime, it's hard to imagine that their outfits were actually based off of real life trends. So it's a bit surreal seeing humans dressed like this. Feminine subculture is usually more prevalent online, so it's quite hard to find inspiration for layering if you don't dress like that. Actually, because my age was in the single digits back when Men's Egg was publishing, I obviously didn't know what it was about. I only know it from Pinterest, and I thought it was just sort of an equivalent to Pop Teen but for guys. But it's not. Though now that these clothes are long out of production, it's almost like these ads are taunting you. I won't elaborate on this, but after reading this magazine, I now can't get married. I actually ordered 2 copies of Men's Egg, this one, Men's Egg Youth, but my order of the adult version got cancelled, thankfully, because I didn't realize that there were some not so family-friendly topics there that I don't think would be appropriate to read on YouTube. Regardless, it's also interestingly home to very unorthodox and untraditional grooming advice that you might recognize from Pinterest boards, where aside from hair, there's also distinct Gyario makeup tutorials, multi-step skincare routines, and even nail art advice. I always thought about doing a Gyario fashion concept video, but this styling is a real 180 from my usual self, so I'd have to really steel myself before going out in public. I feel like even if I went to Japan, I'd still get stared at. That's enough of this for now though. I feel dirty. A lot of you actually suggested that I do a Tamagotchi themed video, but I was never really that into Tamagotchis when I was a kid. So instead, let's play some Tomodachi Life together. I've been thinking about Tomodachi Life daily for about 9 years since its release, and I feel like I have a civic duty to do my part in keeping it relevant. This isn't my real save game, so I guess it doesn't really matter. My real 3DS, my personal one, is not in the same country as me, but I'll get it back eventually. This is actually my mother's 3DS, the one that I gave her after I bought a new 3DS, like, not 10 years ago, but close to it, which is a thought that makes me feel really sad. Ugh, I'm old. Read from photo? Okay. Why is it so dark? Hold on. I don't get it. Why can't it see me? I don't understand why they would do this to me. I'm really picky, so I ended up just completely tweaking me, even though I'll probably never see it again after this video, but I was just too offended. I mean, I know it doesn't look that much like me, but dare I dream, viewer? Dare I dream? I feel like my personality tests never really line up with what my daily life is like, but I suppose that just means I have a rich internal world. Whenever I tell people that my MBTI is ENTP, they get surprised. Actually, rather than being afraid of people, people and not enjoying their company. I think because I grew up around people that didn't like hearing me talk so much, I started getting stressed when thinking about speaking. Though now that I have tens of thousands of people who are willing to listen to me monologue, it's clearly not a fault of my character. Ever since I was young, my favorite genre of game has always been life simulators, because I love playing dollhouse with people I know in real life and dressing them up in cute little outfits. Too bad we can't make them go swim with no ladder in V games though. Since I can't make George in this game, I'll make one of you as a placeholder. Not in like a YN kind of way, but rather it's because I feel like if anyone I knew saw their me's, they'd get offended. I'm starting to get hungry, but I actually had a leftover prop from 6 months ago that I've been saving for this day. Oh, jeez. What's this? Gaming noodle? I actually didn't end up eating the ramen yesterday because I was more hungry than I expected, and because I'm actually really bad with caffeine. Originally, I was going to go to a PC room or something 6 months ago and do a video there, but there aren't any cool looking ones where I live, and although this cool neon gaming ramen cup would have been a great prop, realistically, what would I even do there? I'm also so sick of the loser core concept, and even though I've only done it once due to the irreparable character assassination I did to myself, I'll just get rid of this ramen cup and any memories of that concept now. Last time I was watching Orion High School Host Club, but currently I'm rewatching Psyche K to prepare for my next video since I want to do the idea justice. I don't own a wig holder, so I'm just going to use George for now. He kind of looks better than me when I've tried it on, to be honest. This is really niche, and I feel like only a few of you will get this, because it's like really hard to make non-human me characters, right? But you can in Utopia. So I've been waiting like not only years for the next Tomodachi Life to come out, but I've also been waiting really eagerly so I can port my alpaca me's to a new Tomodachi Life game instead of just staring at them. Anyways, now that I'm a YouTuber, a large part of my daily routine is actually spending time replying to comments and making random assets for my videos. I like to pretend I'm a sim doing the troll the forums interaction and raising my social need. To be honest, a lot of the times when I don't get that many text messages, so when I'm bored, I'll just choose a comment to reply to. Like this one. You know, it's not the most aesthetic thing, but the truth is I do this behavior every single day. So just take it as part of my daily life. You know, in the beginning, I would only really write super PR-friendly comments, but I'm kind of bored of that, so now I try to be witty. I don't know if I'm successful. Something that's time-consuming that I'm working on right now is making the individual George emoji sprites for the first 10 of my subscribers that join tier 2 and above for my channel memberships. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really watched most of the shows that they requested things from, but I think that's a nice creative challenge in its own way. The hair is kind of ugly, but I might fix it before I upload the video. Probably not though, as I do this narration, I still have 9 more to make. I'm a very over-the-top person that likes to go the extra mile for things that don't really matter, so for today's first channel member shoutout segment ever, I'm making my own Dance Moms pyramid. I wanted to print out their sprites and stick them onto the board, but I hadn't finished them yet, so you'll just have to see my bad handwriting for now. Unfortunately, verbal shoutouts are only for top tier members, so I will quickly reveal the names of the Fruger Dinero tier members now. Shall we start this ceremony? This is so lame, but I feel like if you're watching until like this part of the video, you probably don't care. Anyways, to celebrate the first batch of my channel memberships, I am going to be doing a super special Yulu subscriber charm ranking. Oh my god, I've never seen Dance Moms, but I always thought that the pyramid like ranking review at the end of each week was so funny on TikTok. I'm not really good at speaking while holding things, so I'll just add something in post. Once again, thank you to all my first week Fruitiger Dinero tier members, especially Rank 7, who has been a lovely subscriber to my channel since my first month on this website. The rankings I do are kind of arbitrary, so just take it lightly, dearest members. Starting off the financial nostalgia tier of members in member rank 6, Bug-Eyed. You're a new face around my channel, so I don't have that much to say, but your suggestion led to the birth of the smug George emoji, so you've already contributed to the history of my channel. Next, at rank 5, we have Levi, who is also a new face to me. Why did I rank you higher? I liked your profile photo. Coming in at rank 4 is COD. It's rare to meet other guys who appreciate the cuter things in life, and even though I don't hear from you that often, I still remember your comment from a few months ago, and I'm happy you chose to stick around. Now, as we approach rank 3, the stakes feel higher. Our rank 3 member is Zeno, one of the 2 most vocal subscribers I have with a Death Note profile photo. This member has an encyclopedic knowledge of my filmography that both scares and impresses me. With that out of the way, I'm sure there's at least a dozen of you who are curious about who the first center of the subscriber charm ranking will be. I will reveal the 2 candidates now. Annette Moriori, the #1 Moneybag subscriber who made history as my first super thanks, first member, and first top tier member of the channel, a true unstoppable force. Then we have Honey, the unmovable object who was not only the most senior member in this lineup, but also the most senior active subscriber in the history of my channel. I'll announce the center now. The first place member of the first subscriber charm ranking is Honey! Sincerest thanks to Honey for their consistent support on my channel, seeing me through from a few subscribers to tens of thousands of subscribers and hopefully many more. If you watched this far, please congratulate both the members and yourself for making it this far. If you would like to be engraved into my channel's history permanently, please consider joining my membership program where I offer exclusive sneak peeks, voting privileges, early access to videos, and of course, a growing library of custom emojis for use in my comments, and exclusive badges next to your name. While these benefits are only available from tier 2 onwards, the base tier that allows you to have a badge and sticker use will always be the lowest possible price for your region. For more details, please click the link in my description or scroll down in my community tab, and as always, thank you all for watching and I'll see you again soon.